So like based off of what you want to do, maybe explain that to me.
So we want to get more people out riding bikes, specifically families, more families riding bikes together.
But they have like specialized days that aren't technically official holidays.
Yeah.
But people celebrate them. And one of them is Family Fitness Day. And that is a breakout term right now.
Family Fitness Day or just Family Fitness in general?
It's Family Fitness Day. So like Family Health and Fitness Day is a breakout term right now. And that's just looking at 2017 stats. But it's going to happen every time out of the year. So one of the things that I keep pressing home with Trevor and like some of the clients that we work with is having a promotional calendar. It sounds weird, but you know how many times I've mentioned it.
Yeah.
But when you look at like things that you want to align yourself with throughout the course of the year, so there's going to be causes that you would want to align yourself with and your brand with throughout the course of the year. There's going to be celebrations, whether they're official or non-official, that you can align yourself with throughout the course of the year that really fit into what you're trying to do. And every time those things come up, there's going to be a pulse in search traffic and a pulse and interest in those things. It's kind of like, I guess the most extreme example of it is Black Friday.
Yeah.
Like when you see Black Friday and people start searching Black Friday like months before, like a month before, and then it really peaks like the week of Black Friday, and then it fizzles out after Black Friday. You're gonna find those kind of dips and waves throughout the course of the year, depending on what events that you choose to align your brand with. So like when you look at, and this is part of social entrepreneurship as well, we started incorporating this with the organization I was working with before, partially because me and my boss were talking about things that we can do in the community. And I asked her a couple of questions, like things that are important to her, and her child had autism. And so the blue light thing was kind of National Autism Awareness Month. We were never doing anything for it, right? And meanwhile, I'm watching Walmart run commercials all about free blue lights, right? And then you have Ace Hardware with these blue buckets all month. They're just giving away these blue buckets. And I was like, well, we could do something around this if we decide that, hey, we actually want to be social entrepreneurs for this particular segment. So what we decided to do was get a full push behind the blue thing, and then donate a portion of the proceeds to autism awareness. So not only was it a great way to align ourselves with a great cause and help a great cause, but it also brought people into our brand who wouldn't necessarily consider us as a first choice.
Right.
When you look at things throughout the course of a year, you're going to always have those types of opportunities if you understand like the core that I'm trying to do is a family fitness thing. Then you can just look at events that are important to families throughout the course of the year that could kind of fit into the message that you're trying to put out. I mean, maybe it's a family time. In Denmark, they call it hygge, right? So it's like coziness where you hang out with your family. And
what's that called? Hygge?
Yeah, it's Hyygge. But it's like coziness, but it's the time that you spend with the things that are most important to you. And it's kind of it's a big thing in Denmark.
Huh. That's really interesting.
Yeah, but that it's so if you do like when you're looking for things to align your brand with, I am 100% convinced that every business and almost every industry will have an opportunity to look at a full year, identify like times of the year that are important to grow, and you'll know those from historical your historical data. I mean, you were in the business, you know the time of the year that sales pick up. So around those times, you start doing things that are relevant to your business. Then when you understand who you're trying to connect with, then you look at the times that are important to them throughout the course of the year. And then you try to do something around that. Sure. If you look at like days for health and fitness and wellness, which I'm sure there's plenty of them throughout the course of the year, then you try to align your message around those things. So it'll give you an opportunity to have something to talk about. It'll give you an opportunity to leverage an emerging trend because they're predictable when you look at it that way. Especially historically, if you go on Google Trends, you can look at 5 years of data and see the month where things start peaking and falling off. those are great
then
opportunities.
And then from there, you start developing social campaigns or paid search campaigns to drive traffic.
Or even if you're doing like organic content marketing, you start shifting your message a little bit to incorporate some of those topics that are going to be important around that time.
Okay.
And it'll help you because people are going to be searching more about those things. So you'll be able to leverage the increased interest, which is like a huge part of getting seen first. And Trevor calls it, we call it launch jacking. When you do it in the marketing world, where there's a big product launch coming up, and then you start putting out content before that launch hits because you realize the increased search traffic, so you want to get the lion's share of that traffic.
Yeah, and if you take like a platform like a Reddit or Medium and you do your content on there, you don't have to have as much authority and like dominance online as you would if it was just your blog ranking for it, because you're leveraging like a national major platform that has tons of authority, so that when it's written and published correctly on Medium, it could rank, or a Reddit, post could rank, or like the right type of press syndication could rank. That kind of stuff can happen because you're kind of like, all right, this topic's going to be around free range parenting laws, and it's going to hit like leveraging another platform and their authority to get it that exposure in the search engines, which ultimately feeds back to your site because it, Scott Fitzgerald of Buddy Pegs, and it links back to your site, so the traffic can kind of flow back to it indirectly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I do a really quick screen share with you guys just to show you something?
Yeah, but we gotta get into the interview, man, because.
Promise. Just one last thing.
We don't get out of them once we go too deep.
Promise, this is the last one. I swear it. All right. So I'm gonna jump in here.
I need clips of Scott talking his dominion here.
I swear this is gonna be the last thing, but this is one example just so you can get like a visual of how this works. So you can see here that this is Small Business Saturday, which is a national retail holiday every year, right?
Yeah.
For small businesses. And you can see the peaks and valleys in this one every year around the same time. So then you have this ramp up stage is when you would start to create your content. So you could leverage this new surge in interest. Does that make sense?
Totally.